Okay, so today we're going to look at naming standards and document layout. Let's make our starting point your Gmail account. So you've already logged into your email account. We're now going to go to Google Drive, where we should be storing all our work for college. Move your mouse pointer over the 9 dots, click on Google Apps, move down, click on Google Drive, and that will take you into your own personal space on Google Drive. As you can see, I already have a lot of folders set up. So for the purpose of this presentation, we'll go to my Level 2 IT folder, double left click, and as you can see inside that folder, there are 3 tutors' names, Mick, Mo, and Steve. If I click into Mick, you can see that over the next 12 months, Mick's going to be teaching Unit 1, Unit 3, and Unit 9. We click into Unit 1. This is the place where you will be creating your documents when you're doing assignments or doing any work for Mick for Unit 1. So how do we set a document up, and how do we make sure that we adapt naming standards that will make it easy for us to find our work? Let's take you through it. So to create a new document, it's very similar to how you created your folders earlier. Go up to the New tab and you left click. To create the folders, you clicked on New Folder. Let's have a look now at creating a PowerPoint presentation using Google Slides. You move your pointer over Google Slides, left click, and there you have a basic presentation format. Down the right hand side here, you can see there are various themes that you can choose to make your PowerPoint more individual. So let's choose one. I like blue. Click on blue, and now this theme will be applied to your PowerPoint presentation all the way through. So, what should we do? Let's make sure that we name the document correctly. So you click here and we type in Unit 1. If you remember, we're in the Unit 1 folder. Let's assume that it's Assignment 2 and then your name, John Smith. So you know that when you're looking through this folder and you're looking for your work that you're doing for Assignment 2 for Unit 1, this is the document that you're looking for. Okay. So on the first slide of the PowerPoint presentation, we put exactly the same. So Unit 1, enter, Assignment 2, and in here, John. This is the standard that you should always use. Okay. Left click just under the first slide there and insert a new slide. On the second slide, you should always start with an introduction. You should spell it correctly. In your introduction, you need to be talking about what's going to be in your presentation. You also need to talk about what the scenario in the brief is all about. So in this section, describe what will be your presentation and also talk about what is in the scenario of the assignment brief. You'd always put an introduction slide second. Next, let's insert a new slide. And then you can dive into the meat of the task. So task 1, explain the difference, etc., etc., etc. Then in here, you start to write about what you've researched, what you understand from what you've been taught. Okay. Then you'll have various slides, could be 10, could be 20 slides. Then at the end, when you've finished writing everything you want to write, you need to summarize what you've said. So you'll have a slide where it says summary, and here, just summarize what has been described or explained in our PowerPoint. Then finally, you also need bibliography. You could just call it references. And this is where you put the references for all the websites and books that you've used for your research. Okay, you will see here it already says that all changes have been saved in Drive. It's unlike PowerPoint in that you don't have to save it. Once you've created your document is automatically saved by Google Drive. If I now close this down, you can see there's now a PowerPoint called Unit 1, Assignment 2, John Smith. Let's just open that up again. As you can see, that's what we've just created a few moments ago. So remember, naming standards. The standard for the document name should be unit number, assignment number, and your name. And then on the front slide, unit number, assignment number, and your name. Second slide, introduction, then the meat of your document. At the end, a summary, and then finally, your bibliography with your references. So that's PowerPoint. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at a Google Doc, or Google's equivalent of Microsoft Word. Okay, so to create a Google Doc, click on New, click on Google Doc, and again, it gives you a blank Word document. Okay, so rather than type you through that, there's one here that I created, so I'll just open that up, and you'll see that the format's exactly the same. So the document name's Unit 1, Assignment 2, John Smith. And on the first page, you can see we've got Arial font, size 30, Unit 1, Assignment 2, John Smith. And then on the second page, just the same as you had in your PowerPoint, an introduction. Then your task, then a summary, and then your bibliography. And as long as you stick to that format, you'll be fine.